Okay, สวัสดีครับ Aloha. And thank you very much for your attendance this afternoon. I have a very difficult job this afternoon because I have to compete with the view. But I'll do my best. First of all, I have to thank Shangri for this invitation, and also I have to thank East West Center, and also University of Hawaii at Manoa Outreach College, and Asia Pacific Dance Festival for the invitation. I was in the U.S. In the 90s and the 80s for a combination of 8 years, and I never wanted to come to Hawaii. And as soon as I arrived, I know that I was wrong. I should have been here earlier, and I should have been here more often. And I'm sure that this is not going to be the only trip to Hawaii in my life. I'll come back again. The structure of this talk, I will first of all introduce or reintroduce to some of you about contemporary Thai theater and film. I'm sure that you have seen some Thai films, or some of you have seen some Thai theater, and then I will explore with you the Muslim culture in Thai theater and film. Just recap our knowledge about Thailand. The only Southeast Asian country has never been colonized by Western powers, but we were actually colonized by our Western neighbors, namely the Burma, twice before the Europeans starting to colonize lands and countries around the world. We have been in what many scholars called semi-colonial or semi-colonial state. It means that even though we are not like completely under the rule of certain European countries, we have to adapt. We have to compromise, and we have to show them that we can modernize ourselves. And we have been doing that. I think that's part of the reason why we have been a free country. And actually, Thailand means the land of the free, as some of you may have already know. And some people pronounce it as Thailand. And Thai in Thai language means dead. So please correct your pronunciation. It's land of the free, not land of the dead. Okay. To understand Thai culture, I like to use this quotation from King Rama VII, and this is his interview with the New York Times, I believe in 1939. And he said that our slogan is to adapt, not to adopt. The Siamese people are an adaptable people. I think that's part of the reason why we have been like independent, throughout the colonization period. And it's an expat-friendly country. Okay, I remember I was on a flight back from New Delhi to Bangkok, and I was seated next to a retired American gentleman who's originally from India, and we talked a lot about him settling down in Thailand, and he asked me to help him find some wife, and I was stupid enough to give him my cell phone number, and he kept calling me, asking me to translate some letters into Thai, and so in the end I had to block him from my cell phone. So that is just one of the example how friendly we are. A lot of people like retiring in Thailand. Even though we don't speak much English, we have a lot of things that you need in order to have a happy retirement life. This is another misunderstanding about Thailand. I was in Taiwan a few years ago at a conference, and I was talking to an American colleague over lunch, and she asked me, "So, you're from Bangkok? Yeah. How is Taiwanese food like?" Yeah, it's what we are having and right now. Okay, so anyway, so Thailand, yes, it's okay. You all know about this. A world tourist destination. Okay, we like to promote ourselves as that. I mean, the weather is like this all year round. You don't have to look at the weather forecast. There's no such thing as the weather channel because it would be very boring. Yes. And that is why, in terms of theater, we would like to show you this side of us. This is a Khon or classical dance performance, a mask performance, which is highly influenced by Indian dance theater. You may find some similarities between ours and Cambodian version, and debate goes on. Okay. So when you visit Bangkok, you can go to Sala Chrom Krung theater and watch a 75-minute version of this with English subtitles. Yeah. I called it Khon 101. Okay, all you need to know about Khon in 75 minutes. And then we also have, I call this Thai Performing Arts 101. Everything you want to see about Thai performing arts in kind of like a Vegas show. This theater has, I believe, the widest proscenium frame in the world. There are dogs in this show. There are elephants on stage. So anything you want to see, okay, in 75 minutes as well. Before or after a Thai buffet. Okay, so this is what the tourist is watching. This is also another show. It's like the first Vegas styled stage show in Phuket. As you can see, there are elephants on stage, not one, but I believe 7. Okay, at the same time, hundreds of performers, and they do this 2 times every night, and tourists enjoy it. So these are the images that we attach to Thailand. So is that traditional or exotic? Are we selling our us being exotic? Okay. Now, some of you have seen this. Okay. And some of you know right away that this is a cover of Wonder Girls, right? Nobody. It's a very famous Korean pop song. Yeah. And I can guarantee you that all these 5 performers are men. Okay. So Thai men are very beautiful. Yes. This is a show that is being performed 2 times also every night at a place called Asiatic, which used to be the warehouse of East Asiatic Company, which is a colonizing the headquarters of the British in those days. And now it has become an open air shopping center from evening to midnight. And this show performed there 2 times every night. And this is also a Korean popular traditional song, Aridang. Okay, so there will be, this is like a cabaret show. So there will be Korean, Japanese, Chinese, American, French scenes. I mean, in accordance to the population of the audience. So this, Thailand is a bit queer as well. I mean, Bangkok is known as gay capital of Asia. Okay, so in other words, a lot of LGBT visitors come to Thailand and do whatever they cannot do in their home countries. Yeah. And interestingly enough, about 100 feet away from the Calypso, from the cabaret theater, there is there's another theater which last year started a show, also nightly, only 1 performance per night. It's called Muay Thai Life, The Legend Lives. It talks about the history of Muay Thai. And apparently, recently they realized that it's not exciting enough, so they added an actual Muay Thai fight at the end of the show. Of course, it's not as popular as the Calypso show. Yeah. Okay, and this is another interesting cultural phenomenon that I like to point out to you here. Some of you who are theater fans or who visit Broadway or off-Broadway probably have heard of the show called Cooking. Okay, it's a Korean non-verbal show which was off-Broadway in the 1990s. And if you visit Seoul, it's one of the most visited shows. I think in Korean it's called Nanta. Yeah. We have a cooking Nanta in Bangkok as well. They perform every night. Okay. But if your eyes are naughty enough, you can see that there's something not Korean about this. There's som tam. So in the original version, in the original Korean version, or what they would do off Broadway or in Seoul, it would be kimchi. So these Korean performers are doing their show in Bangkok, and they replace kimchi with som tam. Okay. And then instead of making mandu the dumplings, the Korean dumplings, they're making pad thai. But the performers are Korean, the show is Korean, the direction is Korean. Okay, but they're performing in Bangkok every night. So who is the audience? Chinese tourists. So this is a very interesting phenomenon. Like Chinese tourists come to Thailand and watch a Korean show. Okay, two more Thai words that explain everything about us, about our culture. First of all, is sanuk. Yeah, sanuk is fun, is entertainment. So we do everything for entertainment. You may have seen or have visited Thailand and enjoyed the water splashing festival or any kind of rituals. I mean, there should be always been the element of sanuk in whatever we do, and that reflects in our creation of theater and film as well. And then it's a sabai lifestyle. Okay, it's easy. Okay, relaxing. You can do whatever you want. I always say that it's the, and no offense, but it's the opposite of Japanese culture. Yeah, Japanese is very strict. Thai people is just the opposite. Yes, like for example, if you go to Japan, you get on board the Shinkansen, the speed train. They're always on time. Yeah, I was on a train. I was Shinkansen once, and then I look at my watch all the time, and it was like it almost reached the destination. It was like, okay, if you are on this speed, you will be early, and then it slowed down, and it's finally on time. Okay, because they have to be like that. They have to be like punctual. But for Thai people, it's never on time. Yeah, so it's the opposite. So it's well, I mean, I think that's part of the reason why expats, I mean, love to live in Thailand. Why tourists love visiting Thailand. Okay, another a few more examples about what we are doing at the moment. At the moment, we are at this year, especially, we are producing about one musical per month. And this is a grand scale musical. I mean, we're not Broadway, but producers believe there's a market for it. So this is an adaptation of a popular novel called Si Pandin of Four Rains. It was written by one of our former prime ministers, Kukrit Pramod. And he talks about a woman's life through the four reigns from King Rama V to the 8th. Okay. Very popular. And we also adapt Chinese story. This is Empress Dowager, okay, into Thai musicals as well. So this is, I mean, little by little you can see how we adopt and adapt foreign cultures into our own. And we also have a Thai version of Miss Saigon. Yes. And this is a political musical. 2475 Buddhist era is the year when we change from absolute monarchy to democracy. Okay, so this is a more serious, meteor kind of a musical in a smaller theater studio. And Mangkon Salat Gret is also it's a biography of a Thai Chinese economist. So this is the first scene when it talked about the conflict between the Thai community and the Chinese community decades ago. Another adaptation of a novel. Okay. And this is an adaptation of a film. Hom Rong means overture. Also biographical drama of classical Thai music composer. So it's interesting in a sense that even though it talks, I mean it's about classical Thai music and how it was performed 50 years ago, but then when it has the tag of the musical, they had to add Western music into it, unfortunately. And we have a new cultural phenomenon, a Broadway-bound Thai musical, if you have heard of it. It was at Pasadena Playhouse last month, and it will be in Seattle in October. And hopefully next year, they plan to take it to Broadway, hopefully. It's called Waterfall, the musical. It's based on a Thai novel called Khang Lang Phap, or Behind the Painting. In the original story, a Thai student in Tokyo fell in love with the Thai wife of a Thai ambassador to Tokyo. But in the American version, the wife is American. Okay, and it's her who kind of try to convince him into apart from their rendezvous, she's in love with the traditional Thai culture, and he is pretty much avant-garde, is very ahead of his time. So it's the American woman who like kind of pull him back to his roots. Okay. It had very bad review, okay, from LA Times and LA Weeklies. I think the only good review is from Pasadena News. So I'm not sure whether you can see this on Broadway. And I'm sure it will not come to Hawaii. Okay, anything else? Plenty. I'll show you, these are some of the food. I mean, I really like food. So in Thailand, if you've been there, if you plan to go, try Tom Yam Kung pizza. Okay, we all know Tom Yam Kung. So basically it's like shrimp pizza. Okay, it's spicy shrimp pizza. But I mean, if you call it spicy shrimp pizza, it wouldn't be like attractive. Yeah. And I'm sure that, I mean, I have seen that in Korea they have like bulgogi pizza, which is a beef pizza. Yes. So I think we have our ways of naming food to make it local. Yeah. But the second one, I find it very intriguing. Macaron or macaroon. Mango sticky rice. Okay, so they don't put like an actual sticky rice into the macaron, but the taste and the smell. So it's not just like a mango macaron, but you can feel the taste and the smell of the sticky rice as well. Okay, and I came up with this example is because this is actually by a local patisserie. Part of the hotel in Chiang Mai, but they have branches now in Bangkok, and they created this, and it has become like very popular. At the same time that we have like French patisserie like Pierre Agme and La Durée shops. But those French shops they would not adapt. So they are not like doing as good in terms of business as the Thai shops, who are coming up with a Thai recipe, which suit the palate of the people better. And then we have Pad Thai diet. Okay, so Pad Thai diet is basically we replace the noodles with papayas. So now you have trouble because Pad Thai is not noodles anymore. Now you have many restaurants would have a trouble when classifying it because you cannot put Pad Thai diet under the noodle section. Yes, because it's papaya. Yes, because like Thai women especially are concerned about their weight. But they want to have like Pad Thai, which has a high level of cholesterol, So they're now having pad Thai diet. So you see that I'm sure that this is not only in Thai culture. In every culture, we are adapting all the time. Yeah. And these are some examples. We have translations, adaptation, as well as tradaptation, which is something in between. I'll show you quick examples. This is our tradaptation of a Japanese play. Okay, and this is also an adaptation of another Japanese play into Like, okay, which is a folk theater form. So it's like double degrees of adaptation. We have Othello, okay, performed in Thai, and the setting is in Thailand Premier League football. I mean soccer, yeah, club, yeah. So these Iago and Othello, instead of warriors, they are football players. Yeah. The Blue Room, love stories, dramas between like 5 couples, 10 couples, I should say, has been also been adapted into Thai, and this is a very small theater studio. We also translated French drama. It was translated into English and performed in New York as well. And many experiments, including this one. Monologues by famous female characters from plays like Lady Macbeth from the Scottish play, Catherine from Mother Courage and Her Children, as well as some transcripts of female politicians' speech are being performed by professional actresses in this play. Novecento, okay, a solo performance, okay, about a pianist who performed in an ocean liner at the turn of the last century. Original Thai plays, Bang La Mert, okay, which talks about censorship and control, the revival early this year in January. In the afternoon before the performance opened, the producer got a call from the army asking, who gave you the permission to perform this play? Yes. And so as a result, they submitted the script. We've never done that. We don't need to submit the script to the police or to anyone. We're not like Singapore. I mean, in Singapore, you have to submit the script of everything that you put on the stage to the police, but never in Thailand. But so the producer of this performance, they submitted a script, and some members from the army came to watch the performance, and in some shows they also take photos and take videos, and nothing happened. It got a good PR, and tickets were sold out and make a lot of money. It was on CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, like all the major like news around the world. So a love story, a love drama by local playwright. I mean, I'll just show you a a variety of what's happening in Thai theater. This is a movement-based performance called Hipster the King. It's actually it's a political performance, but it's very subtle. Okay, that's how we do it in Thailand. Yes, it talks about the myth of heroes or icons, like cultural icons, political icons, and how we create them, how we worship them. Okay, and they're dealing with like many actual like icons, like Aung San Suu Kyi is one, and some of the icons are very subtly like referred to. Okay, I should not go into details. It's political, and this is one of most frequently traveled dance company, tradition-based, work in contemporary dance right now. Pichet Kanchun Dance Company. He performed. He has a work with French dancer choreographer Jacome Bell called Pichet Kanchun and myself, and they have performed that piece all around the world. And in this piece, they were talking about gentlemen in waiting. Okay, you have heard of ladies in waiting. So in the court of a certain king, they will have ladies in waiting. But in the reign of King Rama VI, who is a theater director, translator, and actor himself, he preferred men in waiting. Okay, and these men were trained in dance, in theater, as well as in sports, in wrestling, in army skills as well. Yeah. So this is the performance that deals with that. This one, Crescent Moon Theatre used to be a political theatre company, and now they are more interested in gender issues, and this is one example. Shade Borders. B-Floor Theatre, a physical theatre company. There's three works in this series that talk about censorship in art especially. Okay. Using a lot of symbols, and this performance just ended last night. I mean Saturday night. Now it's Sunday in Bangkok. Yeah, so it's Saturday night anyway. But and another show talks about war in general, not necessarily the First World War. This year is a 101 anniversary of the beginning of the First World War. So this talk about the violence of war in general. So these, I mean, I believe that by looking at these photos and you see more what we offer you as tourists or visitors, you can see relationships between traditional and modern. People called Bangkok a city of contrasts, and I can give you one specific example. You can always see a very modern department stores or hotels or office building next to a temple, yeah, in Bangkok. I mean, it's bad city planning, but a temple cannot sell its land, ever. Yeah, it has to be there. Yeah. But on the contrary, a few years ago, the UK embassy sold part of its land to a department store. I've heard that it's the largest deal, yeah, with the largest transaction. Yeah, but the U.S. embassy is still the largest. Yeah, and it looks like a park. Yeah, I believe it's the largest U.S. embassy in the world. Yeah, it's like I think about 4 football fields combined. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to sell it to any department store. But anyway, the department store that bought the land from the UK embassy now named the store Central Embassy. Okay. So there's a new tourist attraction in Thailand. Okay, now we're moving on to films, and we can apply those adjectives and those concepts as well. This is probably one of the most critically acclaimed Thai films ever. It won the top prize at the Cannes Film Festival in 2010. Uncle Bunmi, who can recall his past lives. Some people say that it's not a Thai film, it's a European film. Because even though it has a lot of the elements of Thai myth and Thai belief and Thai culture in it, the storytelling is not. And it doesn't have the sanuk element. So I remember when they showed this movie in cinemas, they only showed it on Saturday and Sunday, and one screening per day in one cinema only. That is the only way you can get the audience to come to this kind of film. Yeah, and they were successful back then because it was in the cinema for like 4 months, but only Saturday and Sunday, of course. Yeah. A more younger, generation of filmmakers. This is an up-and-coming one. He has shown his film in many festivals now, and I'm sure that he will come to Hawaii International Film Festival soon. Nawapon. And he wrote the script of this movie from Twitter tweets, like 400 Twitter tweets, yeah, that he received. So he creatively like make a script. And then this is his latest film. It's called The Master. And if you can read the tagline, it says, "Before BitTorrent, we have him." So it talks about a VHS, when later on a DVD vendor in Chatuchak Market, our weekend market, who sells pirated videos and DVDs. Why? Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to watch many movies. Yeah, because not many movies are being screened or available on videos. And on this is like a documentary. Many famous directors and even film critics were being interviewed in this film and saying that they always come to this store and support him, because otherwise they have no other ways in order to watch these films. Yeah. And this is the highest grossing Thai movie of all time. It's called Pimak. It's based on a horror tale. It's a myth that we all know. It's a kind of like a mixed genre between horror, romance, and comedy. Yeah, Thai people love mixed genre. It's like Thai food. Yes, I mean when you have Thai food, it's always more than two flavors. Yeah, it's spicy, salty, sweet. So again, it's the opposite of Japanese food. Yes, but usually Japanese food is one flavor. Yes. So it's even made it to the cover of the Hollywood Reporter, the Cannes Film Edition. Okay, $33 million is a lot of money in Thailand. It's 1 billion baht. Yes, that's a lot of money. Yeah. And as you can see, the movie, I think it premiered in Thailand in March, and by April it's in Indonesia already. So it has been like, and I think they screened this in China as well, and they made a lot of money there as well. And then there are some like bad movies, bad comedies. Like this one was trying to ride on the same wave as the Pimak film. Not as successfully. Okay, this is the highest grossing movie from last year. Okay, the movie is not a misspelling. It's intentional. I find Thank You, Love You, because it's the male character is an engineer whose English is very bad. So he has to enroll in a private English tutoring school. And then he fell in love with a tutor, of course. Yeah. When we are in primary school and secondary school, in the English class, when the teachers come into the class, I mean, our students have to stand up and then say, "Good afternoon, how are you?" and then the teachers would always reply, "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" But then, so this is a pun on that. Yeah. Also, so it has been released internationally. It's a grammatically incorrect love story. I'm sure that it will be available soon in the US. I strongly recommend it. I mean, it's like the Sanuk culture is on a very high level. Okay. So some statistics. I find this on the internet, and I was appalled that the CIA provided this number. It was a different number from the Thai Office of Statistics. But for somehow the CIA provided this number, 67 million. Okay, 94% are Buddhists and 5% are Muslims, and Christians less than 1%. Insurgency. Okay, insurgency has been a major problem especially in the three southernmost provinces in Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat. Most of them are Muslim Malays, and they are the separatists. Some of them are separatists, and I mean some Muslim Malays, they want to remain as part of Thailand, or some do not. But then keep in mind that the Muslim population in those three provinces only account for 18% of the Muslim population in Thailand. So in other words, Muslims live in other provinces of Thailand as well as in Bangkok. Yeah. We have little, only a few examples of how Muslim culture is portrayed in contemporary Thai theater and film. This is one example. This is a grand-scale musical which opened a new theater back then in 2007 in the center of Bangkok. The theater seats 1,500 people, so it's big. And this is more like, it's an adaptation of a novel. So it's a Muslim culture, but it's more like a fantasized. Yeah. Love story, adventure. Okay. And then we have a much smaller scale of theater. This is at Crescent Moon Theater, which seats 35 people. Yeah. And Aslam from the sad-sounding Princess of the Fourth Star is an adaptation of a Thai novel, as well as the situations in the south. Yeah. And it's directed and performed by a Muslim Thai actress. Yeah. And then I have, when I talk to a lot of my friends, they recommended this movie, and so I'm going to show a part of it to you today. It's called Baby Arabia. It's a documentary by three directors, Panu Ari, Kong Ritti, and Kawinipon Ketprasit. And this is a synopsis written by one of them. Baby Arabia follows one of the oldest Thai Muslim bands specializing in the subcultural genre of Arab Malay music, the bouncy ethnic cross-pollination of Arabian melodies, Malay throbs, Thai luk thung kicks. Luk thung is like country music, and a bit of Latin tempo. We meet Ke, founder of the band, who taught himself to play the accordion 30 years ago. Ke is joined by Umar, a former Quran teacher and now a guitarist with a knack for Egyptian numbers. Fronting their band is Jamila, a husky-voiced, humble diva who teaches the Quran during the day and sings Arabic songs at night, while wondering if the world of melody can be both faith-bound and joyously secular. Baby Arabia plays cover version of classical as well as contemporary Arab and Malay music, though the band members do not speak those languages. And they've been touring mosque fairs, circumcision rites, and weddings at Muslim communities around Bangkok and the central region for 3 decades. Though some Islamic scholars question their brand of worldly merry-making, claiming that it's against the law of the religion, the humanizing power of music and irresistible exuberance of their songs provide a definitive counter-argument. And so, let's watch a few scenes of Baby Arabia. And special thanks to Kong Ritti, my friend, who's one of the directors, who allowed me to show this film today. Yeah.
เป็นของนักร้องชื่อมูฮัมหมัดอัลบากัตซึ่งถ้าชื่อนี้ขึ้นมาเนี่ยคนรุ่นประมาณถ้าณถึงเวลาเนี้ยอาจจะถ้าใครอยู่ถึงมีคนหนึ่งที่อยู่อายุถึง120หรือ150ปีก็รู้จักที่มาที่ไปสมัยก่อนไม่รู้แต่ว่าคงจะมาจากอาหรับคนที่เขาไปทำฮัจญ์สมัยก่อนเป็นเรือฮอยิงเขาเรียกเรือฮอยิงนั่งเรือไปเขาก็อาจจะไปเอามาไปซื้อมาซึ่งเป็นแผ่นสมัยเก่าแผ่นก็เมื่อก่อนก็มีแผ่นเสียงอย่างเดียวไม่มีคาสเซ็ตไม่มีพวกอะไรอย่างนี้รุ่นใหม่อยู่แล้วนะจะมีเป็นแผ่นเสียงแล้วเขาก็จะมีประจำที่มัสยิดทุกมัสยิดแล้วก็แนวเพลงของเขาจะไม่มีเบสไม่มีก็คือเราเวลาเราเอามาทำเนี่ยเราก็ต้องมาฟังดูจะมาทำแบบสมัยใหม่ก็ต้องมาฟังดูว่าเพลงเนี่ยสมควรจะใส่คอร์ดอะไรไปซึ่งถ้าเพลงแนวเนี้ยถ้าใครเพี้ยนถ้าใส่หมายถึงว่าถ้าใส่คอร์ดสมัยใหม่ลงไปเพี้ยนนิดเดียวเสียทั้งเพลงเลย
ร้องง่ายอาหรับร้องยากทุกคนถ้าจะร้องอาหรับมาเลนะต้องอ่านกุรอานออกคือต้องอาศัยชอบก่อนชอบแล้วก็อ่านกุรอานให้ออกแค่นั้นพอแล้ว
โดยเฉพาะเพลงอาหรับนะถ้าใครไม่มีเขาเรียกว่าพรสวรรค์ทางด้านลูกคอไปถึงอักขระออกมานี่ร้องไม่ได้เลยนะไม่ใช่ว่าพอได้ไม่ได้เลยนะคุณร้องเล่นอยู่ที่บ้านได้แต่คุณอย่ามาขึ้นบนเวทีไม่ได้
ถามตรงๆนักร้องทุกคนว่ารู้ความหมายไหมไม่ค่อยรู้ความหมายหรอกจะร้องไปตามอารมณ์เพลงมากกว่า
อย่างเพลงพวกนี้ก็แกะจากเทปไงแกะจากเทปแต่ถ้าใครเอาไปอัดเนี่ยนักร้องแต่ละคนเนี่ยไม่ตรงกันหรอกคือเนื้อร้องไม่ตรงกันหรอกเพราะต้องเอาความใกล้เคียงนอกจากคนมาซื้อเทปอ่ะแล้วเขาจะบอกว่าร้องเหมือนเนอะเพลงอินโดมาเลยอ่ะเนื้อมันอ่ะถึงร้องไม่ถูกไงมันก็ไม่ค่อยจะบิดเท่าไหร่หรอกแต่ถ้าเป็นเพลงสวรรค์เป็นเพลงสรรเสริญท่านศาสดาเนี่ยเราต้องร้องให้ถูกต้องที่สุดเพราะมันมีอยู่ในหนังสือ
นี่จะคล้ายๆกันนะทางคอร์ดมันจะเป็นไมเนอร์เป็นส่วนใหญ่คีย์นี้มันจะทำให้เรามีความรู้สึกว่ามันเศร้านะมันฟังแล้วได้เศร้าอะไรประมาณนี้เกิดจินตนาการเนี่ย
มาใหม่นะครับต้องมาใหม่แน่ๆใครอยากฟังอีกแสงมณีขอเสียงปรบมือปีหน้าเดี๋ยวเรากรรมการจะจัดให้นะครับเต็มๆเชิญเบบี้อาราเบียขึ้นมาเลยครับโอ้โหบอกแล้วครับงานชุมชนจัดแต่ละปีนั้นกิจกรรมบนเวทีต้องมีคุณภาพและครับแก้วนะครับสมคำล่ำลือนะครับหลายชุมชนนั้นจะรู้จักนูรุสลามดีกุโบตยอนะครับแต่ก่อนนี้วงเรานะครับไม่กระจอกนะครับขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับเบบี้อาราเบีย
มีการว่าจ้างให้ผมไปร่วมขบวนแห่พอไปถึงตรงนั้นแล้วฮะเชื่อไหมครับว่าเจ้าภาพทางฝ่ายนั้นเดินมาบอกพวกผมว่าห้ามเอาดนตรีไปเล่นนะเพราะที่นี่เขาไม่เอาดนตรีแบบไม่เอาดนตรีเขาอาจจะตัวเสียว่าตัวเขาเนี่ยอาจจะเป็นนักวิชาการอาจจะมีอุลามาหรือมีคนเคร่งศาสนาซึ่งนั่งอยู่ในตรงนั้นด้วยแต่กำลังทำพิธีนิก้าเนี่ยแล้วก็จะมีดนตรีมาพอทางนู้นผมเล่นปุ๊บเนี่ยอุปกรณ์ทั้งหมดผมก็ไว้ในรถเลยตัวผมเดินไปแต่เชื่อไหมว่าคนที่บอกว่าห้ามผมเนี่ยไม่ให้
Okay, because of the time constraint, we cannot show you the whole movie, but you can. I think you can find it in a DVD store somewhere. Okay, so a couple of quotations from the filmmakers themselves. Nowadays, if you hear about Islam, you only hear the extremes. Okay, said one, and the other said, I think the moderate voice needs to be heard more. I think we fit the definition of moderate Muslims. We're not defending Islam, but we're not criticizing it either. We're just presenting what's happening in real life in Thailand. It doesn't have to be political. It can be fun. Okay. And that leads to the most recent movie, so recent that I haven't watched it yet. It's I will get to watch it on August 8th. Okay, they advertise this as the first locally made movie about Islam and Muhammad the Prophet. Okay, as well as the world's first 100% halal movie. Okay, so in terms of the script, it has been supervised, okay, by clergymen, okay, and also there's no like alcoholic drinking, curses, nudity, obscenity in the film, okay. There's not even background music, okay. There's sound effects, of course, but not background music. And interestingly enough, when they show it, and they have been showing it since March, they try to separate the male audience and the female audience apart, unless they are a couple. Okay, so that's like 100% halal cinema as well. Yeah. It is not going to be released in commercial theaters. I believe that they only have one copy of the film. Okay, so they're showing it in auditoriums, in a community center, mostly in the south, Muslim centers. But on August 9th, I will get to see it at Bangkok Art and Culture Center, which is like a visual arts center in the middle of the city. And it took them 3 years to make this movie. The actors, most of them are recognizable. I mean, the lead actor is very famous, and but they operate on a very little budget. I read that interview, and the director said that once they finish filming one scene, they have to sell the sets and the props so that they have money to build another scene. Yes. And so basically I don't have the clips from this film, but I have a YouTube a trailer, yes, that I can show you. That is about 2 minutes. Yes.
มนุษย์ทุกคนล้วนสูญเสียความทรงจำตั้งแต่วันแรกที่เขาเกิดมาบนโลกใบนี้เพราะเขาได้สัญญาอะไรกับผู้สร้างเรื่องนี้โดนวันหนึ่งผมจะต้องเข้าใจมันให้ได้ชาวโรฮิงญาอาศัยอยู่ในประเทศพม่ามากว่า 1,200 ปีที่แล้วนะพี่แต่กลับถูกทางพม่าฆ่าล้างเผ่าพันธุ์อย่างโหดเหี้ยมผมและเราทุกคนล้วนกำลังถูกขโมยความเป็นคนออกไปอย่างช้าๆแล้วแทนที่ด้วยความเป็นสัตว์ป่าที่หิวกระหายอย่างถึงขีดสุดท้ายที่สุดแล้วเราคงจะกลายพันธุ์ไปอย่างช้าๆ
แล้วสูญสิ้นความเป็นคนไปในที่สุดตั้งแต่ผมมาอยู่ที่นี่ผมได้ยินชื่อนี้บ่อยมากเลยนาบีอะไรเนี่ย
บ่อยครั้งนะที่พระเจ้าเลือกคนธรรมดาให้ทำเรื่องยิ่งใหญ่ที่ไม่ธรรมดาตกลงคุณเป็นใครกันแน่
ทำไมถึงอยากรู้เรื่องของผมยังไม่อยากรู้เรื่องของตัวเองเลย
คุณเชื่อในชีวิตหลังความตายไหมใครทำอะไรไว้เขาจะถูกคิดบัญชีในวันแห่งการพิพากษา
กูนี่แหละผู้พิพากษา
แต่พี่เป็นแค่คนบาปพระเจ้าจะล้างบาปให้เราได้ทุกเรื่องจริงๆไม่มีอะไรดีไปกว่าการได้เริ่มต้นชีวิตใหม่นะ
So to summarize, because I believe that because the Muslim population only form about 5% of Thai population, that is probably part of the reason why we don't have a lot of films that deal directly with them. But I think that another reason being that again, Thai people, we love to adapt. We love to blend in like different cultures together. So in other words, if you go to Bangkok, you don't have to look for Chinatown. You can find noodles everywhere. You can find dim sum everywhere. You don't have to look for Little Japan. Okay, Japanese food is everywhere. And the same for Muslim. Yeah, you can find Muslim restaurants everywhere. Yeah, I think that is one of the characteristics of Thailand, and and I believe that especially the small theater production that I show you, it's more about living together like peacefully, instead of marginalizing Muslim community away apart from the Thai Buddhist community. And I think that is one characteristic of Thai culture, that instead of like try to separating people into different groups, we think of all as Thai people. Yeah. And I believe part of the reason why the separatists in the southernmost part of Thailand became a more and more serious problem is, it has some economic reason behind it as well. There are many different news and rumors that is not like only religious, but it's more like economic. I even, if you look at the map of Thailand, I even question, because the most narrow point of the Indochina Peninsula is in Thailand, and it's about 15 miles. Yeah. So basically, if you cut a canal there, you get a shortcut from the Indian Ocean into the Gulf of Thailand, into the Pacific. But that means Singapore would not exist. Yes. So I believe that, I believe that the Thai government has plans to do this for many decades, but they never got to do it. Yes. But one of the reasons they say that, well, if you cut a canal there, it would separate the country into two parts. Yes, kind of like a Buddhist part and the Muslim part. I don't think that's the reason. Yes. There's always corruption, yes. And there's always economic reason. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention, and I would